Hello and welcome to my final project video titled Trip-tych, a comparative analysis of 3 versions of Justice's heavy metal. A small note on the title: a trip step or a skip step is a marching arts vernacular term for a short recovery step taken when a performer falls out of time. Though I doubt any performers of the Norfolk State University Ensemble trip step in this video, the title acts as a nod to trip steps in the tripartite format of this project. Without further ado, since their inception in the late 19th century, historically black college and university bands have acted as innovators in the marching arts. Defined by their frequent use of popular music in their arrangements as well as invitations to perform with pop musicians, HBCU bands are known for their insistence on creating their own original in-house arrangements of songs. I propose that Justice's collaboration with the Norfolk State University Spartan Legion for their 2018 music video Heavy Metal is a natural extension of aesthetic and musical affordances of popular music arrangements created and performed by HBCU bands. Through analytical engagement with the first publicly released version of Heavy Metal in 2016, a remixed version made in preparation for a world tour in 2018, and the music video audio that combines both versions of Heavy Metal with NSU's own in-house arrangement in 2018, I demonstrate how formal and semantic audiovisual congruence and HBCU marching aesthetics work together to bridge the virtual and the real. In this video, I'll focus on 3 moments of the music video that recast the original and remixed versions of Heavy Metal in alternative spatial listening environments. The first moment is the opening shot of the music video. A solitary NSU performer plays the fugue-esque synth lead of Heavy Metal on an organ in a dimly lit auditorium. The organ performance captured in the music video audio immediately differs from the 2016 mix in terms of timbre. The musical material is also marked by its departure from the original. The performer does not play the descending counter subject in measure 4, instead pedaling octave D naturals beginning in measure 5. The 2016 mix is not present in this moment, as it offers what Brovik Hansen and Danielson call a single spatial setting. I hear the high intensity of the surface rhythm and response from the bass synth as sounding in a small space with almost no reverberation. The NSU performer's organ playing loops exactly into the next 8 measures 8 through 16, hanging like a sonic echo over the synth timbre from the 2018 remix that comes to the front of the mix. Heard in direct contrast to the 2016 mix, the 2018 remix stereo field is significantly broader. Through the use of reverb, the remix offers no clear distal periphery, only proximate space that approaches the listener's personal space. Let's listen and compare. Figure 1 shows that from 22 seconds to 38 seconds of the music video audio includes 2 spatial settings, the hall of the music video audio in the 2018 remix, while sharing a single musical source, the 2016 mix. But in the music video, the audio-visual congruence of the NSU players' on-stage performance clarifies the importance of change in depth as the track moves from the stage into the more ambiguous and virtually constructed spatial setting of the 2018 remix. Iwamiya calls this a convergence of formal congruence, the alignment of auditory and visual events, and semantic congruence, the closeness of affects that emerge from auditory and visual impressions. It is though I can almost hear the sonic trace of the organ floating over the 2018 remix as the camera cuts away from the solo performer. The stereo field not only broadens due to the acoustics of the live performance space, but also through the removal of the counter subject. A less rhythmically intense lower register helps the right-hand ostinato sound unobstructed in the new sonic context of the music video. When the organ performance recedes into the background of the mix, after what maps onto the first 8 measures, the audio-visual congruence of the NSU players' on-stage performance clarifies the importance of change in depth as the track moves from the stage into the more ambiguous and virtually constructed spatial setting of the 2018 remix. In one example taken from Brevik Hansen and Danielson 2013, the authors show that listeners may navigate such co-present spatial settings through discerning timbral differences in this figure. The unexpectedly opaque organ results in an unusual aural environment where the acoustic saturates the electronic. The second moment unfolds as NSU's performers high step during a pre-performance tunnel drill at 56 seconds to 1 minute and 37 seconds. This moment in the music video corresponds to a looped version of measures 42 through 45 of the 2016 mix. The core of the track features a 4-on-the-floor bass drum pattern that comes to the front of the audio, emphasizing the NSU performer's synchronicity and physically intense articulation of the beat. As the NSU formation accentuates what is already phenomenally present in the mix, the visual dimension of the video encourages listeners to hear the band as a sound source in their own right. This type of semantic audio-visual congruence aligns the visual aesthetics of an HBCU band zero-quarter tunnel drill with the spectral space and musical aesthetics of 4-on-the-floor electronic dance music. All of the material from this moment comes from the 2018 remix. Even though the band is shown to be making music, the music video track amplifies what is already present in their visual motions. As the camera pans over the bass drums, it is almost as though the drums provide the sound source. Let's listen and watch. This moment in the track is the first aural appearance of a regular pulse from the drum part. The dramatic haltings on the fourth beat accent the short vocal sample only present in the 2018 remix. The importance of the fourth beat is recast in the music video audio through the addition of a sample on top of the 2016 drum pattern. As ensembles showcase the musical skills of their drumline section, the winds, color guard dancers, and drum majors offer a visual display characterized by what Clark terms an aesthetic of angularity. The NSU performers' movements that visually accent the fourth beat of the measure, typically counted as a metrically weaker beat, add semantic and formal congruence to the musical angularity of this moment. Their choreographic angularity is a kind of instrument upper body flash that moves between points and stopping points within all moves. Points of no movement in every fundamental give the appearance of dramatic haltings. The sharp transitions between moments of carefully choreographed visual silence also affirm the newly important fourth beat of the drum pattern in the music video audio. This type of semantic audiovisual congruence aligns the visual aesthetics of an HBCU band zero-quarter tunnel drill with the spectral space and musical aesthetics of 4-on-the-floor electronic dance music. Later in the video, as the stereo field expands, the camera cuts to a high-cam shot of NSU performing in a football stadium to evoke a sense of physical and aural distance from the performers. As NSU's arrangement comes in and out of the mix, the music video audio effectively blends Justice's virtual presence in the form of prior recordings of heavy metal with NSU's real performance of their original in-house arrangement, heard in the music video at the 3-minute mark. Returning to Figure 1, I show that all three heavy metal arrangements are present in this moment. Yet both the NSU arrangement and the 2018 remix preserve the parsimonious voice leading heard in the 2016 mix. Figure 5 shows the chordal progression in the organ synth 1 part in measures 76 to 79. The music video audio at the 2.5-minute mark includes both the 2016 mix and samples of the NSU instrumentalist playing their respective line for the musical material shown in Figure 5. Here I use tonics to show the close relationships of the chords in the RL cycle that maps the path of their harmonic transformations. The importance of the individual voices and their movement via transformations is grounded by the music video audio that includes a single line, stepwise motion of tuba, trumpet, and saxophone instrumentalists. This is the first time in the music video audio that a single line of music appears unaccompanied or really truly unmediated by the electronic timbres from either the 2016 or 2018 mixes. The parsimonious voice leading is a marked, stripped-down texture that leads into the 2018 remix, which also isolates the chord progression of the organ 1 synth part. In its original context, this moment in the 2018 remix acts as the beginning of another transition to a Justice track with an expanded spatiality. Texturally isolating the chords and adding reverb imbues the moment with the power to act as transitional material.
Anyone read, anyone feel that I'm losing my patience? I just came here to bounce. Ladies out west, they all know I'm coming. I'm losing my patience. I just came here to bounce.
The audio-visual congruence reaches a new level, one that musically implicates NSU in the performance of heavy metal through strategically disrupting the original audio of both the 2016 mix and the 2018 remix. When the camera pans over the ensemble marching drill, the music video offers a virtual space with non-natural acoustic characteristics. The sound suggests a space that could not possibly conform to the physical laws of sound reflection. Yet it indexes a very real performance space and setting for NSU's performers. McCluskey argues that a college football stadium's soundscape is divided into two primary sections. First, a warm-up period prior to the main game that largely features music played through the PA system, and two, the primary event. The chord progression's transitional function from the 2018 mix is upheld in the music video. The visual silence of the performers evokes a sense of anticipation. As the camera pans over NSU performers waiting for the command to begin performing, the visual distance from the ensemble and the audio from the 2018 remix work together to imply that the chord progression may be heard over the PA system of the stadium itself. The convergence of the virtual, the 2018 remix, is filtered to create a smooth transition into the virtual auditory space of another differently mixed track, and the real, the PA system of the NSU stadium, as well as the sounds of the marching performers themselves, index several different auditory spaces at one narrative point in the music video. The production changes in the 2018 remix relative to the 2016 mix work to create an expanded spatiality to represent the musical peak of the track. Focus on the audio mix of the music video relative to the other versions of heavy metal to highlight Justice's use of spatial simultaneity to index typical performance spaces of the NSU Spartan Legion. Recast music material from the 2016 mix can affirm, complicate, and enrich a listener's viewing experience. The video footage of NSU's rehearsal and performances add another level of congruence, semantic, to the converging sources of audio. Through their collaboration with the NSU Spartan Legion, Justice's duo demonstrates the musical and aesthetic affordances shared by HBCU marching ensembles and electronic dance music, but through a scrambling of the virtual and the real, Justice's heavy metal music video often asks viewers to listen with their eyes. Thank you for watching. Oh no!